I am so excited about this training call tonight. For everybody on my team that's on this call, you know that I have scheduled amazing calls every Monday night with some of our top ranking, amazing fireball, just incredible Jewel friends that have been so gracious to dedicate, a half hour of their night to our team and to love on us and encourage us and pour into us. And so tonight I am so excited for our first call to be with Brooke Smith. She's an Emerald Ambassador, and I got to know her a little bit in Kona, and she is just such an amazing person. She's incredible. She has literally, I have watched her just fly. I remember Andrea telling me about her, and I was like, oh, yeah, because she tells me about the same people, and I'm watching Brooke, and she's just like flying up there. And Brooke has done an incredible job building her team. Such an incredible job that congrats to Brooke. She gets to go on that shopping spree coming up in a couple of weeks at Leaders Retreat, which is super cool. But I want to give you guys an opportunity to hear from some other Jewels. I talk to you guys all the time. You get my training, you get my videos. I want to give you something different that you don't get, and some different perspectives and some different encouragements. And as these Jewels have asked me, if there's anything specific I want them to touch on, I really want them to touch on what they're passionate about, what's in their heart. Because I know for me, when I've done these for other teams, if I talk about what I'm passionate about, you can't fail. You can't go wrong, and you're going to do an incredible job. So Brooke is going to pour into you guys tonight. I am as excited as I'm sure most of you are, because it's just so exciting to hear another Jewel who is so incredibly successful and just has a heart of gold to come and pour into us. So Brooke, thank you so much for coming and doing this tonight. I am super excited, and I am going to give you the floor.
All right. Thank you for having me, y'all. This is so huge. I have so much respect for Sarah for asking, me to do this and other leaders to do this, because I really, I'm a teacher. I was able to resign this past May. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, but I really respect kind of differentiation for you guys, where, you may not learn from a thing that I say tonight, but someone might. And so just, changing things up and really making things where all types of learners can really benefit, I think is amazing. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey. I started last April 2015. So this is about my, 17th or so month with Plexus. But I really started, I was a part-time teacher there. I taught math at that time, and I was really kind of looking for something, some products, some supplements. I knew I didn't want to do the whole weight loss scenario or have to give up anything like that, like coffee or anything else. And so anyway, that led me to Plexus. I didn't even think about the business. I hadn't even thought about it. Rebecca's post was the first post that I saw. So I messaged her. She and I, Rebecca Williams is my upline. She actually just went Sapphire. And she and I were Facebook friends. So again, I saw her post, quickly messaged her, hey, what are these products all about? And she was like, oh, I see you're in Birmingham. Well, why don't we meet and talk about the business? Make a long story short, I was not really interested in the business, but way back when in college, I had this strong desire to want to do pharmaceutical sales. And I just never really did it, just because, I wanted to have kids. I wanted to, explore that avenue and do all of that. And this came back up, and I'm thinking, okay, I know that I have, I feel like I have a grip on, my social network and what I can contribute. And, why not? So I gave it a try. I will tell y'all that in the beginning, I think one of the good things that I had going for me is that I literally had in my mind the vision of what I wanted this business to be for me. I had uplines that were ranking up, and, that was great for them, but I honestly just really didn't understand all of it. And I think that helped me not put pressure on myself, because y'all, pressure can really be detrimental to your business. A lot of people don't know early on what success looks like with this business. So if you add one customer, in the week, That's success. Of course, we want you to build on that success, but the last thing that we want for you to do is to message 500 people and get no response, and then, you know, put all this pressure on yourself that all 500 people are going to join. So anyway, I stepped forward and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make my way. I believe in myself. I had 3 areas of belief that I really feel like was super important in the beginning of my journey. Number 1, I believed in myself. I knew that I had a network. I knew that if I was able to get the word out in the right way, in a personal way, because why do people want to read your post? Why do they go to your Facebook page? To see you and to see your results. I had made a commitment to myself that, okay, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to join this health and wellness company, then I'm going to get my health and wellness in check. Now, did I say I'm going to lose 30 pounds? No, but I am going to commit to myself in order to portray that in my posting, in this vision that I create for other people that I want to join me. So believing in yourself, setting those goals for yourself, and making the best you can for people to see, rather than sitting back and drinking a Slim every other day and posting about other people's testimonies and other people's just products. I think it's huge for people to see the belief in yourself and these products in yourself. So the more you can make your post personal, that you are confident and you believe in these products and what they've done for you, I think will drastically help your business. The second thing I had belief in was my leaders. Y'all, I literally ducked my head and I was coachable. I did what my leaders told me to do. I did have this innate drive to just want to prove to myself that I could do this. I really didn't in the beginning. There was a lot of things that I had questions with that I just went out and asked, but I trained myself by watching all of these videos. No one had to tell me, hey, watch this, and this. I did it myself. In the spare time, I went to Google and I would put in, topics, and I would train myself. I knew that the leaders above me told me it was important for me to train myself, or to get trained. Let me backtrack. To get trained, I did not want to have to wait for them to train me. I wanted to train myself. And so, everything that I was looking at from my leaders, I believed in. And I believed if they told me this, and if they are doing this, then I'm going to do it too. And then the third thing that I had belief in, and still have belief in, is this amazing, awesome company. I have belief in these products. I take these products every single day. I give the vitamins to my 2-year-old, my 4-year-old, my 7-year-old. I have 3 kids, by the way. How many kids am I going to spout out here? But I believe in these products. Every single day I've taken them. I think what helped me along the way too is I've tried almost every product. If you are limiting yourself to just a triplex or just your favorite product, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because I found that when I would take a product and try a new product, I would fall in love with it. Well, what did I find myself doing? I found myself talking about this product so much. I know right in the beginning, I just fell in love with Boost, and I became literally the Boost girl. Like, I was obsessed with Boost. And so, I wanted to tell the world about Boost. Well, next thing you know, here comes Vanilla 96 mixed with coconut milk. And, so it's just, I really think it's very, very important for you to believe in the products enough to give them all a try. As finances, of course, allow. But hey, what better motivation to build your business than to be able to try all these products and kind of keep going. So believing in yourself, believing in your leaders above you, and believing in this company and these products as a whole, I think, are really going to catapult you to a new level. All the while maintaining just a positive attitude. I've found along the way that, there's a certain type of attitude that people want to receive. And there's a certain type of attitude that people do not want to receive. And so, the more you can be positive and the more you can be uplifting, and the more that you will just kind of sit back and listen to people and their wants and their needs, I feel like, especially when you're building a team. I'll give you an example. So the other day I had a girl on my team, and she messaged me a 3-way message between her. Now, she's my level probably 3 or 4, but it's her and her newbie. And so she sends me a message, "Hey, Brooke, I just want to introduce you to blah, 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 blah." And she kind of went on, and I was able to give my spiel with her. Well, prior to that, she had sent me a private message and said, "Hey, girl, Melissa," which is her upline, "suggested that I did these group messages with you." Long story short, I turned right around and messaged Melissa, and I said, "I want to thank you for duplicating down what you and I have talked about." And, Sally just messaged me, and it was just phenomenal for her to hear, for me to hear her say that Melissa had suggested this. So I tell you all of this to say, I did not have to message Melissa. I did not have to go that extra step. I did not have to have that positive attitude and message her and say, "Thank you for doing this." But it's little things like that that will carry you much farther than any dominant, competitive, hardcore, hard-nosed attitude. And let me be the first person to tell you, I'm the most competitive person out there. I really am. I am an athlete by nature. My husband's a coach. And, there's a time to do that. I really think that's one of the main reasons that I did kind of fly up so fast, is because I was competing around people all around me, but it was in my head. I never let people know I was competing with them. I never let that attitude take over. So a positive attitude in leadership, in your post, in your whole messages, in the way you treat people in general, I think has been a huge, huge blessing for me with my business. Okay, and then the last thing that I really kind of want to touch with you is how I really feel like, what are some pointers that I kind of feel like have allowed me to be successful with this business. The first couple of things that I mentioned, I've already really discussed, in that, I just dug my head down and I went to it. I went to work. And y'all, that's since day one. I can remember, just reaching for all this information just to pull it in, because I knew my goal, but I didn't want to wait to get there. I mean, why would you want to wait to get there? So I just started posting from day one. And here's the beautiful thing. When I went to my first meeting with Rebecca, I would ask her a couple of questions. And she'd say, "You know what? I don't know the answer to that, but let me text Julia. Let me ask Julia." And when we left that meeting, I told her, I said, "You know what? Had you known the answer to all of those questions, I wouldn't have joined you. But it's the fact that you were transparent and you let me know that you have an upline to depend on is huge." So I really give my team 100% transparency with me, and I say, look, you don't have to know everything. Really let them know that. When they feel like that they don't have to know everything and they can put themselves out there and depend on you and rely on you, it's kind of like the training wheels, having the training wheels on their bikes. And then, as they go along, they can take those training wheels off. So I think that, was really big early on for me to be able to do that. I feel like, there has not been a day that gone by that I have not posted. I have posted every single day. You name me one jewel that does not post, and I don't think you're telling the truth. So make sure you're posting. Make sure you're consistent. And I know y'all hear this all the time, but to continue to hear it from leaders, I think is huge. It's just very basic, but it is so true. Keep posting. Keep reaching out to people. But here's my thing. Sarah was talking earlier about, what do you think your passion is? What do you think you deliver to your team and just have just ultimate, I want this all the time. And for me, that is personal growth. I think personal growth is the best thing that you can do for your business. I can remember when I started out, I told myself, I will go gold by myself, all 20 people. Now, realistically, I knew that wasn't going to happen. But to me, in my head, I didn't consider myself gold until I had 20 people. Now, obviously, I went gold before that because I did have the help of my downline. But that was my goal. It was give me 20 people. And so I was constantly out there adding level ones. So don't ever feel like you can sit back and, just call it a day, because personal growth has got to be at your forefront of your business, whether you are a silver, whether you are an emerald, a diamond, a sapphire, it does not matter. You have to have that personal growth. And, if your team underneath you sees that you have the desire to maintain your personal growth, then they're going to catch that vision too. And they're going to feel the need to continue to add and add and add. I always like to say, don't try to wake the dead. We have so many people, and this is another topic that I really am passionate about, is team pages. We have so many people. I'm sorry, I'm about to close this door real quick. Hold on. Sorry, my kids are crying. Okay, so we have so many people that have the question, okay, when do I start a team page? I'm super passionate about team pages and feel like that you need to start a team page as soon as you have ambassadors. Because I was finding myself really spinning my wheels and saying, okay, I'm answering this question over here and then answering this question over here. And the teacher in me just said, okay, stop. If I am answering a question and somebody asks me a question, a specific topic, why don't I go ahead and make my team page? And if somebody says, hey, tell me about the 5% commission, what does that mean? Then I'm thinking to myself, if that person doesn't know the answer, then a lot of people don't know the answer. So I would translate that over to my team page, and I would say, hey guys, let me tell y'all about the 5% of your level one's commission that you get paid. And then that would evolve to something else. Somebody else would ask me down the road, hey, how do you cold message people? And so instead of answering that one question to that person, I would go put it on the team page. And I would say, hey, let's talk about cold messaging. So if you will listen to your ambassadors, they will give you what you need to post on your team page. If you listen to their questions and, do go ahead and answer them individually, because they came to you and they want you to answer them individually, but translate that to a post on your team page. And if that's 2 times a day, 3 times a day, then fine, then so be it. People will never get tired of the information. There may be crickets and nothing there, but they are absorbing that information and they will use it. And the statistics are so true that out of every 10 people, 2 are going to be motivated enough to sell. And it's those 8 people that we still have to inform. We still have to educate. They will be silent on your team page, but that's okay, because they're getting the information. So try to remember that when you're getting the team page. I have so many people that create a team page and they come to me and they're like, this isn't working. Nobody's responding. Nobody's liking. Nobody's doing anything. And I said, are you still putting information out there? Yes, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. They are receiving it. They will grow if it's just kind of innate in them. But I tell them, but if they don't, guess what you need to do? You need to keep finding people. You need to keep constantly out there searching, growing yourself, growing your business, finding those people that will be motivated from what you're pouring out there. So just constant growth. Just really make sure that you are always holding excitement on your team page. Y'all, don't ever do anything with negativity. Don't ever show any frustration on a team page. You really, really want to keep that excited air. That I have also found that obviously momentum is contagious. If you can do a countdown, maybe your goal is to add 5 ambassadors this month. Well, if you've got a team page, go ahead and stick a big 5 graphic up there. Make it real fun. Maybe flames all over it or something. Hey, we've got 5 ambassadors we want to get to. And then if y'all add one, then, hey, now we've got 4, and just kind of create excitement that way. People love that. I really found that people respond to that, and they'll throw a yay or a like or something out there. But I really think that your tone is going to come across on your posts and your excitement for your team pages. And again, I always go back to, there are two types of leaders. There are those that people want to follow, and there are those that people don't want to follow. It's your job as a leader to create an image that people want to follow. And I think if you achieve that and you are constantly growing yourself, that will catch on with them and they will want to do what you are doing. And it all ties in together to the same idea with your posting. If you are bettering yourself, if you are creating a positive attitude towards plexus, towards your health, towards your wellness, whatever that may mean for you, that's going to translate into your post. That's going to translate into you walking out on the street or to the store, people seeing you, hey, what are you doing? Tell me more about it. And it's really just going to create more of an environment for you to share this awesome thing that we have going for us. So I hope that's what y'all wanted to hear tonight. And I hope that helps you guys. I do want to tell you, and I'm going to open it up for questions if that's what Sarah wants to do here in just a minute. But please don't ever hesitate if there's any way that I can help, in any way, shape, or form. Let me know. I would be more than happy to do that for sure.
Brooke, I absolutely love and adore you. Every time I talk to you or hear from you, I love you more. And I want to say, too, I want to piggyback off of something Brooke said, because Andrea and I had a Zoom meeting this morning, and this is something we talked about, which is personal growth. And that's something I struggled with, especially after going Emerald. And, a lot of people think that we as Jewels don't have to continue to do the same thing. And the reality is that anybody, whether you're silver or whether you're a double diamond, at any point, if you're not continuing that self-growth and personal growth and building your personal team, it is inevitable that at some point your points are going to start to fall. Mm-hmm. And when you lose rank, or, not every month is not this way. I'm not saying that every time someone loses rank, it's their own fault, but these are our businesses and we have to take ownership. And when I look at my points and my points are dropping, I have to say, okay, yes, this is why, or yes, that is why, and yes, this person dropped, so I dropped. But what am I doing to gain points elsewhere? What am I doing to continue to grow my team? And I think that's something that, like I said, piggybacking off of what Brooke said, we have to remember that at the end of the day, these are our personal businesses. We have to take ownership. And the only way that you're going to get where you're going is continued personal growth. Mm-hmm. So it's continuing to find. And when you feel like your market is completely just gone, you got to find a new market completely. It's not about cold and warm. It's about a completely new market. You've got to find yourself plugging in somewhere else that maybe, it may take thinking outside the box. You guys know I'm all about thinking outside the box. It may take that to find a new market, but you have to go and search for that. So I want to encourage you guys that as you're getting stumped, reach out to your upline and say, hey, I feel really stumped. I do it with Andrea a lot as my upline, and she'll say, have you tried here? Have you tried here? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? And I'm like, well, no, and I'm totally uncomfortable with all of those options, but they are options. And so here we go. I have literally, and Andrea will attest this, I have walked a mall handing out cards to the old ladies walking because, hey, they're trying to get fit. Erica Williams, I see you laughing at me. I will go and hand them to them. If I walk into a store, Celeste does this, Double Diamond Celeste does this. If you walk in a store and you have a super awesome, person helping you out, like, especially in a retail store, that is a prime place to do that. And make sure they're 18 years or older. But I had one kid I was like, oh my gosh, I want you on my team, but you're only 16. So make sure they're 18 or older. But that is something that I did when I was struggling, when I came back from going MIA for a while. I was going through my divorce. When I came back, I was like, Andrea, I don't know what to do. And she said, go to the mall. Go walk the mall, because you know how many people are walking around that mall? And I was like, I don't want to do this. And I did it. And while that may not have necessarily brought me anybody, what it did was it helped give me confidence to get out there and talk to people. And sometimes it's not about necessarily what your numbers change. It's about building yourself as a person so that you can go out there and talk to people. And then when you talk to people you already kind of know, it's 10 times more comfortable because at least you're not going to talk to the old lady walking the mall. So just a little bit of encouragement. Don't ever feel like your market is empty, because there is a world of people out there that have no idea what Plexus is. People in Dallas, Texas, where there are more jewels than there are anywhere else, do not know about Plexus. And this is the prime time. We are such a young company, guys. We still have every opportunity in the world to educate people on how important these products are to our daily life. So, Brooke, thank you so much for pointing that out, because it's such a good point. Now, I want to open it up for just a little bit. I know we're getting kind of close on time, but I'm going to give it like 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions for Brooke? You might have to like do the little hand raise, because I had to mute a bunch of people. And I'm not sure if it looks I see you. Okay, hold on. Oh, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay. I think my biggest question is how do you decide what to put on your team pages? Do you just kind of pick a subject for that week that you're going to focus on, or just something that touches your heart? How do you make that decision?
Okay, so early on it was if it came to my head or another question was asked, I put the information out there. And that filled a lot of time. That got me through probably the first couple of months, is just people's just natural questions. If you're constantly adding, you're getting newbies coming in, kind of asking different questions and that type of thing. Really now it really, I made a new video on a new ambassador welcome. And just, I try to mix a motivating post with an instructional post. And then maybe that's maybe two a day. And then just kind of throughout the week, really, if anything, I always have this mentality. And I think this will drive you. If it goes in your mind and you think it and you know it, your team should know it.
Okay.
So if you feel like they don't know it, then you better get a post out there and explain it. Because what a beautiful thing we have with this business, that we can literally empty out our brains to our downline.
Okay.
And that needs to be your drive. If it comes to your mind and you're like, oh, okay, so the commission, maybe there's somebody that doesn't know about this. Let me work up a post that explains, whatever idea you're thinking about.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And Brooke, would you agree with me? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If there's a video out there you've already seen on a topic, that if there's no reason to give yourself extra work. So if you can go to we have so many people in our uplines that have pages all the way up to, I think everybody on here would be under Celeste at some point, and Andrea. There's so many Roz. I mean, we have so many people we can go to their pages and get videos that have already been done that are done very well. And
I'll add to the fact that we do tell the people that join us, look, this is an easy, if you just will do what your uplines tell you to do. Well, if you're constantly making videos on how to do it, you're not really doing what you're talking to your downline about. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you pull an Andrea video and a Roz video, then you're showing them, look, I don't have to sit here and make this new video to train you guys, because we have it. So where you think you may not be doing, the work because you're pulling videos, you're actually doing a lot of favor to yourself by portraying that to your downline.
Absolutely. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, awesome. I want to say something really quick before we get off. I want to give you guys the biggest amount of encouragement, whether you're on Brooke's team or my team. Here is a bit of encouragement. In the next 30 minutes, I want you to check your emails. Okay? Mm-hmm. There is something super exciting coming. Brooke, have you already seen?
I have.
Okay. So exciting. You guys, if we've not talked about personal growth enough tonight, you're going to love it. I'm so excited. I am literally keep refreshing, because I'm like, come on with it. So watch your emails. Do not go to bed tonight until your email has come out. And watch your team pages, because as Brooke probably will, as will I, as soon as it comes out, we will be posting it to our team pages. Super exciting, super exciting news. And I think it's really going to be an incredible opportunity for you to literally change your journey in your business. Would you agree with that, Brooke?
100%. Personal growth at its finest.
It is literally our company showing, once again, they truly believe in us. They know we believe in them, and they are loving on us in a way that is indescribable until you've read this email. I literally am covered in goosebumps right now because I'm so stinking excited. My team knows I don't get this excited very often, but right now I'm like a kid on Christmas. I'm so excited. So keep your eyeballs open. It is coming very soon, and you guys are going to be very excited. Like I said, check your team pages and your emails in the next half hour. Keep an eye, because as soon as you see it, you'll automatically know, okay, this is what Sarah was talking about, and it is going to just rock your socks. And yes, everybody, I'm getting all these personal messages now, like, what is it?
Tell me.
It's so exciting, and I'm telling you, this is one more example of how Alec and Tarl love on our company and how they are the most genuine people. And how many companies out there can people say that about their president and CEO when they're doing things to constantly show us love and remind us that they are there and they hear us? So I'm super excited. I can't wait for my team to blow up our team page when they see how exciting it is. And Brooke, I can't wait to hear how excited your team is when they see it. It's going to be so much fun. And I just cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for being on this call tonight. And if my team has any questions, feel free to message me or anybody else on the call. I'm here, and I know Brooke's made herself available as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday also. And thank you again so much, Brooke, for taking.
You're welcome. Thank you all for having me.
All right. Y'all have a great night.